up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Let us be reminded of who we've come to be. We are love, we are one big family. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 yeah, yeah. Now everybody get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Everybody get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Let us be reminded of who we've come to be. We are love, we are one big family. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 yeah, yeah. Let us make a joyful sound. Here we stand on holy ground. Let us make a joyful sound. Here we stand on holy ground. Let us make a joyful sound. Hey, 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 hey. Everybody get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Everybody get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Let us be reminded of who we've come to be. We are love, we are one big family. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 hey.
Well, good morning. Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living and Dance Party. Woo! Thank you, gentlemen. That was fun. Oh, and hi out there in video land. It's nice to have you here, too. My name is Jennifer Mann, and I'm a licensed prayer practitioner and former trustee here at the center, and I'm really happy to be here with you all this morning. Well, happy 4th of July weekend. Happy 250th year anniversary. On this weekend of national celebration, we begin a month of listening to voices that have called this land home since long before 1776. Today, we begin a new month of focus on Native American wisdom traditions. So glad. They are guided by contemporary Native American teacher Michael Garrett, who writes in his book called Walking on the Wind this quote: "Listen, and you will hear water speaking, wind dancing, sun smiling, the heartbeat of Mother Earth pulsing beneath our feet." At the center, we work toward turning into this wisdom of life around and within us through our vision and our 5 core practices. Would you please read those with me? The Center for Spiritual Living is a spiritual community that promotes global transformation through personal transformation. Our purpose is to awaken humanity to its spiritual magnificence. Yes, we are. Thank you. through the world and through our programs and teachings. Together, we are helping create a world that works for everyone. Wow. I seem to be missing a page. Oh, here it is. I'm sorry. Oh, look. Now we have 5 core practices that we can read out loud together. Spiritual study, affirmative prayer, meditation, selfless service, and spiritual circulation. Thank you, everyone. You're so bright out there. Oh. So, sometimes we use flowers here in our community to send messages of love and appreciation to each other. Today, we have a double hitter. Today, we dedicate our flowers to Christopher Fritchie and Reverend Russ Laguerre. Because both of them celebrated their ministry anniversaries on July 1st. Christopher marks 18 years as our music ministry director. Only 18. Only 18 years. And Reverend Russ, are you sitting down? Marks 5 years as our assistant minister. Now, he's on his vacation, so we're going to all have to congratulate him when he returns. What? Reverend Russ, are you here? In the middle of your vacation? What a doll. Well, congratulations. So we celebrate their dedication and the gifts they bring to this community, and we thank them for the years of service, right? Wow. Okay, now, everyone calm down. Because I would like to extend a warm welcome to our first-time visitors. So, first-time visitors, would you please stand as you are able or raise your hand, because our ushers would like to bring you a flower and a welcome packet as a token of our gratitude that you are with us today. And if you're watching online for the very first time, would you let us know in the chat, because we're very happy that you are here too. I know that somewhere between the music, meditation, prayer, practices, and Dr. Edwards' message today, you will find exactly what you need for the next step of your spiritual unfoldment. Just know this, you are so welcome here. Now, please enjoy some music before our short time of prayer and contemplation.
Every time I pray.
There is one creative process. That creative process is divine energy flowing through life as is, through and surrounding all of life, what life is. It is diverse in its beauty, in its harmony, in its joy, its serenity, its vitality, love, and peace. It is the ground of being from which all else is rooted. It is spaciousness and expansive. It holds, enfolds, and encompasses all as it creates all of the manifestations, showing up as it is, but in three-dimensional form, as wholeness, oneness, love, perfection, and goodness. I am one of those creations. I am one with wholeness, one with perfection, one with goodness, as is each person in this sanctuary and online. Each of us living the life guided by spirit, showing the world what spirit is, what divine energy is, through each of us, making the world a better place. I accept for this service this morning the continuity of community, the love that each of us is for each other, the love for each of us that each of us is for the diverse ways that life shows up. And I simply am so grateful for this realization. I release this word into the law of love and acceptance. And together we say, and so it is. Amen. Good morning. My name is Peggy Weber. I am a practitioner here at the center. Please join me in reading the affirmation behind me. I walk gently on the earth, guided by the Spirit in all things. And so it is.
What kind of world do I want to see? What kind of world do I want to leave to my children's children? Now is the time to make up my mind. Yeah. What kind of world is this gonna be? What kind of world will be my legacy to the generations? For all humankind, it's time to decide what kind of world. Will it be peaceful? Well, am I? Will it be joyful and kind? Will it be all those things a child so easily describes? Oh yeah. Will everybody have enough? Will we speak the same language of love? Somehow I'm suspecting it's all up to what you and I decide. What kind of world do we want to have Start being that for this just place for every young face. Tell every boy and girl what kind of world. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Tell every boy and girl what kind of world. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Do, 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 do.
Thank you very much, gentlemen of the band. Good morning. Picture with me the face of a clock. Its hands moving steadily through time. And if the full 24 hours on that clock represents the entire history of humans on this continent, then the history of these United States occupies approximately 18 to 24 minutes on it. What happened before that? Well, we heard from Jennifer that we stand here in 2026, marking 250 years since the Declaration of Independence, a milestone that absolutely invites both celebration and also it calls for a deep and honest remembering, a reflection. Because long before the Declaration of Independence was ever signed, people were here. For 15, some say 20,000 years. 20,000 years, indigenous people have lived here, prayed here, built complex social structures, buried their ancestors, lived their cultures on this soil. Some traditions, they hold that they've been here ever since the world was made. So when the Europeans arrived, they stepped into a world with thousands of distinct societies already living here. Today, there are, I think, 574, 75 federally recognized different tribes that carry some of this history forward. And each one of them is rooted in its own territory, its own language, its own history. And so trying to summarize Native American wisdom traditions is just impossible. You know, even the handout that we prepared for the month, we do one of these every month, it kind of falls short of the complexity of what we're dealing with. You know, recently I was driving through Pacific Grove in California along one of the main streets, and on every block there was a church, sometimes two. And each one of them with its own interpretation, its own culture, its own history. And this is just for one religion, Christianity. Christianity itself, it resists a single summary and simplification. It's very complex. So can you imagine now if we amplify that by many thousands of years and many different traditions? Oh, it becomes very complex. And so our study this month requires respect and humility. This month, we won't try to make it all fit into 1 month. We won't try to take in everything at once. Instead, what we'll do together is look through one window given to us by the author Michael Planusta Garrett. He's an Eastern Cherokee counselor, and he wrote a book called Walking on the Wind. And this book opens a view specifically into Cherokee wisdom traditions, though even that phrase deserves our care. The Cherokee Nation itself says as much on its own website. It says that there's no one single agreed way to express Cherokee culture. Beliefs and practices shift from family to family, from community to community, the way we would expect a living tradition to. So what follows in these months is not the Cherokee way or the Native American way. It is one Cherokee counselor's account of the living tradition he received from his ancestors. It's offered as a starting place rather than a final word. I'm learning so much reading this book for the second time. It's reminding me that some of us may have learned to approach spirituality as a project of self-improvement. We might meditate to lower our blood pressure. We might do affirmations to rearrange our personal lives. And in that, we can sometimes slip into treating creation and this earth as the backdrop for our lives. But Garrett's words paint a completely different picture in which we are not separate from creation. Got me to imagining, waking before the dawn in the Great Smoky Mountains, which is the ancestral home of the Cherokee. And the air is cool, thick, and damp against the skin. And as the sun begins to bleed its golden rays over the ridgeline, there you are standing in the mist as it lifts from the valley, almost as if it's the breath of this earth itself. And in the Cherokee teaching that Garrett describes, you and I are not standing outside, but we are part of that mist, belonging to it, rather than watching it from the outside. I love that. And so it's from this perspective that he writes about this idea of clearing the muddied waters. The muddied waters, the mud could be stress and worry. And it's also whatever breaks our sense of balance and being part of this world. I also learned about a Cherokee creation story and how it orders things. It's very interesting. In one Cherokee teaching, as I understand it, humans arrived last. Now, the youngest of the family of creation, and being the youngest, we're also the most dependent. The trees make oxygen, and the fungi feeds the soil, and the rivers carry life, and pollinators make food possible. These are our elder siblings. And we rely on them, or could, to teach us how to live. So seen this way, then nature is part of our family and to be respected in that way. Not far from where Garrett grew up, that kind of respect is still practiced as part of daily life. I'm thinking about Tommy Cabe, a forest resource specialist of the Eastern Band of Cherokee Indians. Before he harvests this plant, I think it's called sochan. I don't know how it's pronounced exactly. It's a leafy green plant that his people have gathered for generations and is prepared like collard greens. He kneels, lights a pipe, and then asks to be nourished by what he is about to eat. And then he sprinkles tobacco on the ground as an offering. There's this balance between giving and receiving. Side note, for decades, park policy prevented Cherokee people from gathering the plant on the land that their ancestors had tended to for centuries. until about 2016, I believe it was, that policy was finally opened enough so that the tribes could apply to gather again. Decades is a long time to wait for permission for what your family has done since before memory. I imagine Cole now standing in the same Smoky Mountains that we imagined earlier, offering thanks before he takes anything. And I think of that as spiritual manners, a balance between giving and receiving. And to me, it's a recognition that every act of receiving, whether it's from the earth or from each other, well, it can become a sacred transaction that requires listening and mindfulness and consent and gratitude and reciprocity. Listening is big. I'm learning about that from rereading this book. It's big on listening to the wisdom that is all around us. The wisdom, including in our own bodies. Which reminds me of a time when I was working on a project with very intense focus. Because it was something that I love doing, developing curriculum for our education program. And as the day dragged on, I started to become irritable. Feeling quick to find fault and eager to complain, And my partner noticed. He noticed my furrowed brows and my mumbling. And he asked, "Have you eaten something lately?" Of course I hadn't. He often reminds me to listen to my body's communication. So after a snack, I sighed and I noticed, something had been calling for my attention, and I was ignoring it. Sometimes I push through when I should rest. Then when things get out of balance, I find myself complaining that I'm tired and emotional and wonder why. And my partner responds by saying, "That's what your body has been trying to tell you." Huh? Oh, it's a good practice, as the book says, to ask, what is life saying? What is the earth saying? What is my body saying? The book invites us to imagine that this life is full with spiritual information all of the time. As I kept reading, another practice caught my attention. In some Cherokee traditions, someone facing a major decision or a cloud of uncertainty is taught to sit with it for at least 4 days before acting. 4 days to honor the sacred transmissions all around us. 4 days to let the mind settle before it reaches for a quick answer. 4 days to let deeper insight surface. And that space gives that first wave of reaction, the first wave of fear to pass through the body. It creates the space that can reveal what anger is protecting. It gives the soul the time to remember that every decision we make affects more than just ourselves. When I practice that, when I wait before responding, I note that I began to hear more than my first reaction. I began to hear a wisdom that is slower than panic. I began to notice what might reestablish balance. That 4 days, it can become a practice of listening to the whole self, to body, to memory, to community, to creation, to spirit. Action will still come, but it comes from clearer water. Think of that email that makes your chest tighten. You've read it and your answer is already forming. You know the exact sentence you want to put in it. You know the phrase that will prove your point. You know exactly where the other person is wrong. But that water is muddy. Fear may be in it. Pride may be in it. An old wound may be in it too. So it's a great question. What would it mean to pause and wait before acting? To let that first draft remain a first draft? To consider who might be touched and impacted by the words you intend, regardless of what your intention is. To listen for a difference between clarity and retaliation. That's the kind of practice I've been reading about in this book. And again, action still comes, but from clearer water when we let the mud settle. I keep returning to that image of the mist over the valley and to Cabe kneeling before he picks a leaf. Both of those scenes hold the same message. Something like this. The mountain does not end where the mist begins. The plant does not belong to the hand that reaches for it. Everything holds everything else and touches everything else. There is a balance available between receiving and giving. And maybe that's what Garrett's message is offering me, a question. Can I live in such a way, that it leaves fewer things with reason to cry because of me? As we step into this new month, I invite you to picture that clock face again, the one from the beginning. Its hands moving through the last 24 minutes of a much longer day. And imagine with me that somewhere behind those 24 minutes, someone is still kneeling in the mist with tobacco in an open palm. Still waiting 4 days. Still listening before acting. Still remembering that the world is family before it is a resource. That could be something we carry with us through this month from our study. To let our hands and minds be open the same way and to allow one indigenous way of seeing the world shape our own hearts. Can I listen? Can I live in such a way that fewer things have reason to cry because of me? Now, in the beginning of Garrett's book, in the chapter titled Giving Thanks, he wrote a prayer in the style of the tradition that he learned. It's his own prayer. I'm going to read it to you and then follow it with a spiritual mind treatment, which is our own form of prayer, drawing upon everything that we've shared so far. So I invite you to breathe in with me and to sigh. O Great One, We come before you in a humble manner, offering what gifts we have. Giving thanks for the gift of life that we have been given amidst the beauty of this great creation, so that we may learn to walk the path of good medicine as we give thanks to each of the four directions. To the spirit of fire, warmth and light in the east. To the spirit of earth, peace and renewal in the south. To the spirit of water, purity and strength in the west. To the spirit of wind, wisdom and giving in the north. We give thanks to Mother Earth and to the sacred fire which burns brightly in our hearts, offering us the precious gifts of clarity, openness, strength, and wisdom. As we walk the path of peace, we give thanks to all of our relations and for the beauty of all things, for those who walk alongside us, for those who have come before, and for those yet to come. In harmony and balance, we give thanks, O Great One. We give thanks. There is one creative power that moves through every ridge and valley of this world. It rises in the morning as mist of the mountains. It's carried on wind through the four directions, older than any hour marked on any clock. It's the power that lives through all creation, the author of all things. I am part of this same mist, this same power. My breath moves with the wind that stirred all of life as it moves over valleys before any nation drew its borders. I am part of the current that carries clarity and openness and strength and wisdom. I share in the fire that burns steady in every open heart. In this knowing, the muddied waters settles in me. My mind is available to wait, to listen, to have confidence that wisdom is already moving beneath the surface. I embrace creation as family, to respect and to learn from. For this image printed on my heart, for nature and for mist, for mountains, for every elder, sibling, for every root and wing and every current, a gratitude rises in me. For the sense of my connection to everything that is, a gratitude rises in me. For those who went before me and kept awareness alive, gratitude rises in me. This word of prayer is spoken and released into the same creative power that moves through creation, that is the author of all things. It brings me to a place of being able to say gently, with you. And so it is. Followed by a deep breath in and a sigh. And we use that movement of breath to make the transition to the part of our service where we support our center with our financial gifts. I thank you in advance for your support. In a way, I think of you as the providers of this beautiful, rich 12-month program of journeying through world traditions. Without you, it's not possible. Without you being here, without you here, what would I do? So thank you in advance, but not only for the immediate experience that we share together, but for the generations of people to come who, like us, may well be seeking a place to explore their relationship to the great all that is in a way that may not fit neatly into other more traditional faith traditions. So thank you. Together we are creating something quite beautiful and unique. I ask the ushers to stand as you prepare our gift and invite you to repeat after me. I bless this gift. I send it forth to heal and prosper. It does amazing work in the world. And so it is. Ushers, please receive the gift.
Let's hear you. I will bring joy. That's it. Where there is darkness, I will shine. I am an instrument of peace. I am an instrument of peace. One more time. I am an instrument of peace.
That was nice. Thank you so much. Ta-da! Well, you know, one of the things I really love about this center is knowing that we support nonprofit organizations doing good work in the world. So since 2004, we have partnered with 258 organizations. And they were all introduced by people like you. So it's time again to receive some nominations. The form to do so is online, or it's also out at the information desk. And the due date is Sunday, August 2nd. So think about that for a moment. The other thing that kept me here so long is one of our key spiritual practices, which is study, education. I love that part. So we have a brand new education catalog to assist you in selecting classes that match your interest. I'm going to share maybe 4 highlights from that catalog. Okay, first, the aging journey. I'm in it. Are you in it? So there's a class about that. Discover the gifts, wisdom, and new ways of viewing the process of aging with Chris Kelly in person at the center, and it's starting this coming Tuesday, July 7th. Second, the big book that's used in many 12-step recovery programs originated around the same time as Science of Mind and other New Thought traditions. So it's no surprise that there are a lot of parallels. What if those parallels merged to support each other in recovery? That's what you will discover when you attend the Conscious Recovery Workshop with practitioners Denise Poole and Marielle Taylor on Sunday, July 19th at 1 p.m. Third, there is a new take on mysticism, and that will be with practitioner Anne Marie Cheney, who says that anyone can have a direct experience of spirit, and she wants you to know how, starting on Tuesday, July 28th, and that will be on Zoom, very accessible. And fourth, Donna Hoover's movement class, Finding Balance, so important, returns. She is a certified Feldenkrais instructor and will guide you through gentle movements to balance and harmonize your body and your mind. Classes are offered individually or as a package, and the first one starts on Saturday, July 11th. So take a peek at that catalog, because there's even more. Now, another key spiritual practice is contemplation and meditation. Here is something new coming on Sunday mornings. Join others in our spiritual community as we share the supportive silence of meditation together, expanding our experience of our spiritual nature, which is always present and guiding, then deepening our connection to one another within our spiritual community and, of course, beyond. We will be convening every Sunday starting on July 19th at 9:30 a.m. in the upstairs meditation room. Project Sleep Warm is back. They make blankets for the unsheltered, and they have a new quilt raffle to help raise funds for the batting they use. So you can see the beautiful quilt out in the social hall, and then you can buy tickets, raffle tickets, in the bookstore. The drawing for that is on July 26th. And when you come out of the bookstore, the teens are having another bake sale today to raise funds for teen camp and to give you some lovely, delectable, delicious treats. So that's all I have for now. Thank you so much for being a part of our community. Have a wonderful week, but please enjoy this video highlighting a volunteer team that makes our lending library available. Friends, I present the volunteers of the Ernest Holmes Lending Library.
I have loved books since I was 4 years old, when my mother would drive me up to the local public library and help me pick out children's pictures books. And as I grew, I began to explore the big people's portion of the library. And I would walk up and down the stacks and just find interesting books in every one of the categories. And what I loved most about books is that I can benefit from what other people learn. I don't have to figure it all out myself, and I love that. So imagine my surprise when one day in the social hall, I think to myself, I have never gone upstairs. I wonder what's upstairs. And I walk upstairs, and to my surprise, we have an Ernest Holmes lending library. It is absolutely free. Anyone can use it. You don't have to be a member. You don't even have to live in the county as long as you have a way of returning the item you borrowed. It contains books, it contains CDs, it contains DVDs, all of which have been donated. You can try the books for the classes you sign up for. We have all the books for the foundations classes, and we have many times the books for some of the spiritual workshops. We have a large variety of books, not only just religious and spiritual books, but we also have self-help books. We have books on health. We even have children's books, poetry books, and novels of spiritual and psychological adventures. So when I was at a point at my attending the center and I wanted to give back because I'd gotten so much from the center, I decided to volunteer in the library. It's a wonderful place to volunteer as an introvert because you can sit and be contemplative. I see my volunteers having wonderful discussions about ideas and the topics that are in the books. It is one of the rare volunteer positions where you don't have to stand on your feet the whole shift. And you get the joy of greeting other knowledge seekers and even helping people find the right book for themselves. I once had a dream where I was startled awake by a saying. I got lost in the library, but I found myself in a book. Come up to the library to get lost and consider volunteering where you can help people find themselves.
Thank you so much for being here today. If there is something that is incomplete in you, or you cried yourself to sleep last night, or you're working with something in your life that you just like some spiritual support, it may be an exciting thing, please don't go home without taking advantage of our spiritual resources in service, in the room prayer. You just go to the host in the back there and she will connect you with a prayer practitioner who will listen to you and then custom make a prayer for your needs. And if you're listening online, you can do something quite similar. Just go to our website, CSLSR.org, and there you will find instructions for how to access our online confidential prayer rooms on Zoom, where practitioners are right now waiting to work with you in the same way. With that in mind, won't you please stand as you are able, saying, something wonderful is happening through me right now. It is this thing called life. Life is in my mind, life is in my body, and life is in my affairs. I think it, I feel it, and I accept it just the way that it is. And just the way that it is not. Thank you, life. Know with me that you are never alone, that Spirit is right where you are, that you have only to look within at any moment to know that you're guided, sustained, and empowered by a presence that expresses itself as you in this world. In deepest gratitude, let us live our lives accordingly, so that in everything that we do and say and think, we honor this presence within. And so it is. Thank you so much for being here today. Let's close in song.
I am a prayer for peace. Wherever I go, peace goes with me. I feel peace inside. abides. I know the joy of peace. I choose fear to release. Every moment love wakes up, and peace is every step. I am a prayer for peace. Wherever I go, peace goes with me. And I feel peace inside. In every breath, peace abides. And I know the joy of peace. And I choose fear to release. Every moment love wakes up, and peace is every step. Yeah, peace is every step.